Yeah, I think so too, and we will see how that all comes together here in game number 1. Durham and USF, University of South Florida, coming out here. So we get things kicked off at the Durham side. Tally wants to play this one through the midfield. It has a bit of space to work with and is able to work it into the box. Feenstra doesn't get a touch on that. That's the call upon Banger to get downfield, and a huge dunk to their side. Feenstra's there, shot on target, turned away by Vitali.
Great block there by Vitali. That shot was just put right into his nose, but way to get up and make the defender have to choose the right angle, as so far Durham coming out with some aggression. 2 demos in the first 40 seconds of gameplay.
Yeah, we saw that earlier last week from Durham as well. The issue was converting on the chances that they had. It really wasn't generating that offense. It was more just finding the back of the net. That's really where they've struggled. Otherwise, you know, you guys talked about in the pre-show, Vitali and Wildfire really led the way in the attack. Here comes Vitali again, wants to take it to the air. Will get a second touch. Flip reset over Sean, but not down towards Wildfire. Banger carefully carries this one out. Sean has to help him out a little bit, and USF get out.
And so far, Corelli, I'm really liking the mindset that we're seeing from Durham. What a catch from Sean off that back wall. That's a hard pass to receive. As Wildfire, what an awkward touch. And it works out. They get the first goal of the game. Look at this pass.
Look at the pass. Look at the shot. Wildfire. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if he meant to do that. I'm going to say he did because it was beautiful, and it sets it up perfectly for Durham.
That was so nasty. That was like one of those monkey moon flicks where he gets underneath the ball and just puts a ton of pop on it. Oh, but they give it. Oh, I thought they were going to give an easy one up right off the grip.
Oh, Banger as well. Played at the far post. Feenstra was there. This game coming out the gates hot for both sides. Durham finding the first goal, but USF, they've been close to the mark as well. 2 minutes left to play. Vitali has some options to his right. Wanted to give it over to Wildfire. Feenstra read it all the way. Now a 2v1 for USF. Shot on target. Far post from Feenstra. We're all tied up.
And this is exactly how you run an outlet. Feenstra gets the block and just goes upfield. Call in for the ball all the way down, and Banger hits him on a dime. Great play there from USF.
Yeah, absolutely. The quick transition, the passing play, finding open players. Feenstra had 0 boost on that shot, but the pass was so perfect, he didn't have to adjust at all. So we sit here tied up. Just under 3 minutes to play. Here comes USF. Second touch from Feenstra. Can't get back to it. Sean does land on top of it, so USF will continue the attack. Volts tried his best to get through midfield. It comes out to Wildfire. He'll take it up
Sean
the wall.
turn?
Can he get it across? He can't. Sean went back, but paid off as he is able to clear it out.
Questionable decision to pull off that ball, and they almost make up for it there, but Banger gets blocked by Wildfire. Yeah, just a little bit of communication issues from USF, but so far all tied up. Not too many glaring issues. We haven't seen double commits. A nice pass over, and Feenstra reaches it, but Wildfire, good patience there to clear this ball out.
Blew the whole canister to get to that one, Feenstra did, and he did get a touch on it at least. Here comes Banger, quickly back towards the orange side. This one dangerous off the back wall. Sean is trying to control it, only to lob it back to Durham. Feenstra again. USF love these high pop balls through the midfield, and they've been the quicker team to them. Banger. He's got Feenstra down the line, and Durham can't seem to hold on to the ball right now. It's all USF. They're just controlling the pace of play.
Yeah, look, Durham came out really hot, really aggressive right out of the gates. Bunch of demos, and so far really cooled off. So far, no shots in the second half. There comes one off the post, and Volts tries to carry it into the corner, but good D there by Banger, and defense started to rotate out for USF. Going to give an opportunity to Durham again.
That was close for Vitali as well. 4 shots for Durham and only 1 goal to show for it. Wildfire, they got a minute left to play. USF, though, could add to their lead. That went off the crossbar, and it lands on the head of Vitali. They are able to clear it out. Really looking for that control from Durham. In a lot of the games that we've seen them play, they are able to kind of clamp down on defenses. But here, it just feels like South Florida have just been so quick that it's been tough for Durham to keep up with the pace.
Yeah, I think you saying the control from USF is spot on, because right now they've just got the patience and they're able to just, okay, let's see what they're going to do. Durham playing slow on D. Okay, let's let them make the first move, because Durham is just hitting the ball just to hit it right now, and good defense from Vitali there. But Durham needs to play with a purpose, because USF is definitely playing with a purpose, and that is to take them down in game 1.
That was a rip on the Durham net. It's their last chance, and Vitali almost was able to squeak by. Volt's a crucial challenge. Here's Wildfire. He's got 2 to beat. Banger clears it to the far side. Volts can't get a hold of it. Vitali desperately playing this one across. Wildfire's there and saved away. The bounce will keep it alive, but only for a moment. We go to overtime.
My goodness, 7 saves on the side of Durham. They have just been putting on a defensive clinic, but right now they really need to focus on their clear games and keeping that ball close to chest, because they're letting it get away from them as Banger pinches that off the back wall. Sean was not expecting that, but look at the patience from Feenster. Refuses to go too far forward, just wants to keep control in the orange half.
And the stats show it, too, and what's happening in this game. 7 saves from Durham here to the 2 of USF, and USF knocking on the door here. Sean trying to clear it across. There's been 10 shots from the South Florida side as they continue to stay on offense here. Sean does finally lose a challenge, and Volts is able to clear it downfield. This could be the chance for Durham. Can they get back to it? Vitali wanted it, but couldn't catch up to. Now Feenster looking to end it himself. Over 1, looking for the bump on Volts, but Volts able to clear it away.
Oh, good idea, but nobody there. Both players for Durham back behind Volts as Feenster just bombs it downfield. Banger looked for the bump on Volts, and Sean can't get that inside the post. Good offense from USF, and so far Durham unable to get anything going. They get that ball into the blue half and get 1 shot, and that's it.
Yeah, they're stuck right now. They've lost the challenge game. They're slowly losing on the boost game. There's a attempted bump from Sean. South Florida feels like only a matter of time till they finally break the defense. Durham really have to start to clean it up here in overtime. Wildfire, a challenge in midfield. Vitali shot far post. Banger forcing it up to it. And a good attempt there from Vitali. And unfortunately, that'll be all for the offense of Durham as USF give up the ball in the offensive third. Vitali to the far side.
There it is.
Shot. It's just high off the crossbar. Vitali couldn't follow it up. Wildfire's trying to salvage the play. That shot's wide as well. Durham so close to stealing away the overtime. They hit the woodwork.
Wow, that was such a hard pass to reel in and put on target. But there's Volts, well read by Feenster. Great pass going towards midfield. And it looks like Durham's starting to wake up here in overtime.
It certainly is looking stronger on offense. The quick transition allowed them to get that attack going, and I think that's where they're really going to live in this overtime. USF, 2 players chasing after it there. Banger bailing out his team with good control as South Florida, their offense slowly dwindling here. You're absolutely right, Subi. It feels like the tides are changing a little bit in favor of Durham as South Florida just have to clear it to the far side.
Oh, good catch. Good release
Feenster's
from Banger. Feenster
Sean.
back to Sean, but a little too high. Great offensive sequence there from USF. Just couldn't finish the shot.
And again, accuracy plaguing both teams now as South Florida couldn't convert, but maybe here Feenster doesn't get the touch. Sean pinches it off the ceiling, and he gets back to it. There's no one there to follow it up. Everyone committed from South Florida. Into the midfield we go. Vitali and Durham trying to steal away this overtime. Good play off the corner. Gets 2 to go here in South Florida. As Banger runs into Sean, but they do get the clear. Can Durham start to clamp down on the South Florida side? Oh, maybe not. It could just be all Banger. A second touch up and over everybody, but not on target. Volts had to just barely get a touch. Here comes Sean. Vitali clears it away. Banger's shot is too high. Follow-up was there, but the clear for Durham's too fast. And once again, so close. The accuracy just off.
My goodness, Durham unfazed by all of the offense. USF is just pouring on them right now. And another great pass to try and clear out of his zone as Banger does beat Volts there, but this is going to be an awkward one. USF going to have to reset here.
Oh, opportunity for Durham. Wildfire was downfield and on target. Banger was able to get back. He will just bang it downfield. Sean. Oh, great pass out to Feenstra. He's going to give it back to Sean. Sean has to hit it on target, and he does get by one. But a good clear from Durham allows him to transition onto offense. Wildfire's already up, and a poor touch. Oh, Banger doesn't get it. As South Florida get bailed out by the missed touch, and a big clear from Feenstra will let South Florida back on offense.
Oh, this is a dangerous one. Wildfire gave that ball, just handed it over to Feenstra, but great defense there by Vitali. Just to hold that one good 50-50, and they still can't get this ball out, but Vitali finally does. And it's just off target. Looks like Durham narrowly missed the net there.
Oh my. USF. Happy to see the net not be any wider. This one looking for the back wall. Now 15 shots for USF to the 12 of Durham. And make it 13.
There it is!
The shot from Volts is saved by Sean. Wildfire on the follow-up. He's going far post, but too weak and too wide.
I am so impressed by the defense we're seeing on both sides of the field. You're not seeing double commits. You're not seeing poor positioning. And look at Feenstra just rolling through the zone, looking for players to demo or bump. But right now, this is just a defensive game right now, and it's going to take something crazy to break through because we've seen some good infield passes that have really shifted defense around, but still unable to crack through.
A stressful 5 minutes and 45 seconds of overtime, and we're still going here for both sides. And to be fair, Subi, both USF and Durham have had their opportunities to close out this overtime. They both have missed the mark. This could be it for Feenstra. For South Florida, they are trying their best. They just can't hold on to it on the Durham side. Feenstra shot. That one is going to be wide, but Sean with the angle. 6 minutes and 11 seconds, and South Florida take game one.
Look at this read by Sean and the reaction speed to be able to put that on target. Good heads-up play from Sean to end the game in OT.
Honestly, I'm not even sure if Sean's touch was going in. It was Vitali, I believe, who was the one to hit it into the post from Durham in their own net. So I don't even know if Sean's touch was going in. But regardless, wow. What a first. Is that game one?
That's game one.
That is game one for USF and Durham. I cannot believe how this one started out.
Welcome to CRL, baby. Let's start the night off with a bang. 6-minute overtime and just back and forth. And it looked like Durham came out of the gate so hot, like, uh-oh, I picked USF to win this 3-1, and Durham is making a strong case for themselves that they're going to really make USF work. And they absolutely did, but about 3 minutes into that game, Durham just got completely dominated. And once overtime started, then it was just back and forth. And honestly, that game could have went either way.
Yeah, that overtime, that reset on the kickoff was really, I think, what let Durham back into game one because, I mean, obviously they didn't come out and win it, but it let them kind of get a bit of a foothold downfield where they weren't getting that. You're absolutely right when you say that USF were dominating them, but here's an opportunity for Wildfire and Durham to start off on the right foot.
5 seconds into game two after a 11-minute game. Yeah, we'll take it. Great play there off the kickoff from Wildfire. Just being aggressive right out of the gates.
That is a great start for Durham. A welcomed one. There's a couple of challenges. That's 3 in a row there in the midfield off the kickoff. Feenstra. South Florida trying to find that speed. That dangerous attack that they had early on in game one, and they still had in overtime, but it was certainly more apparent in the beginning of that first game, as we've been alluding to. Right now, Banger can't get a hold of the ball in his own corner, kind of circling it. Wildfire is going to take advantage. He's been getting more and more touches on the ball as that first game's gone through, and as we've gotten into game two. He's been crucial for Durham to stay relevant in these matches.
Yeah, and again, opening up the game with a ton of aggression with bumps and demos, and I want to see him do this for 5 minutes straight. I really think they can dominate teams, and we saw how well this first minute went for them. They completely boxed in USF and held them to 0 shots. Sure, Durham only has 1 shot right now, but when you're not allowing your opponent to put shots on net, there's their first one of the game, you're going to fare well in the CRL.
Here's Vitali. Got boost, got some time. Has a flip, looking for the back wall. He gets a second touch, but not on target. Sean again, trying to make his way through his own side. Wildfire has to go back. Feenstra, this one comes out to Banger, and good challenges from Durham to stall out the attack from South Florida.
Oh, that's a good challenge there as well, or touch off the side wall, back wall. I don't know left, right, anything right now, Corelli. That game one threw me for such a loop.
A wall's
but no,
a wall.
That touch was very good, and you could tell USF was not expecting it. Feaster's on the back wall.
It's in.
Did he touch that? Oh, he didn't, but Banger puts it in. The defense had to respect him up on that back wall.
Oh, man, and how close was Feenstra to this? If he was just facing down, he might have gotten to it. He wasn't really that close. But still, Banger with a great shot, playing it off the crossbar, down and in. And USF finally on the board.
I was trying to will it in.
Thought maybe. And it would have been a tough angle there for Feenstra. He may be happy that he didn't hit it. And there's a good shot from Volts. Follow up from Vitali. Take back the lead. Sean with a huge save. Wildfire's still trying to fight for it, as he's going to try and play it across here. Feenstra comes through to stop that attack. Now Sean can't get back to it. Volts is able to get a touch on it, but wow. Sean again getting so many touches on the ball and off the back wall. Banger's there to put a shot on target. It's going to come down as Volts there to clear it away.
What stubborn defense from USF, and I mean that in the best way possible, just not allowing any of those shots to find their target as Banger gets the double tap. Great pass to Feenstra.
Feenstra saw that one all the way through, and for Volts, I think he's going to be a little frustrated seeing that one come through under him. It was a great second touch from Banger. Got to give the credit to him. Feenstra poaching the top of the box, waiting for that one to come across. And South Florida take the lead.
And again, it's that patience from USF, not rushing themselves, not pushing in too early, because a lot of times the players are going to see their teammate passing that ball off the back wall and rush in and not expect that double tap to come through. But good teammates, good communication, allow that play to happen.
2 minutes left to play. South Florida taking the lead. Durham got a little bit of work to do, but they have looked a whole lot better here in game two, through and through.
That's in.
And that one's just going to go in for Volts. How about it? Just tie up the game just like that off the ceiling.
Hey, ceiling's live, boys, and he calls bank, and it's wide open. Sometimes it's better to be lucky. I don't think he meant to put it off the ceiling, but they'll take it. Tie ball game once again. Durham going blow for blow with USF.
I think he certainly meant to put it above, but taking the goal was just the icing on the cake. Durham now looking to take the lead, possibly. They aren't able to keep the ball in the offensive zone. Here comes Sean. This one's not going to be on target. He's going to look for a second touch. Follow up there from Banger. Wide open off the demo from Feenstra. And a one-goal lead back to South Florida.
Look at Feenstra. He doesn't even care about the offense right now. He's just saying, where is the last man back, and how can I remove him from the pitch? Good heads-up play for him. He gets uncredited with the assist, but that was all due to the great demo from Feenstra.
South Florida back in the driver's seat. Durham, once again, have some work to do, but they got plenty of time. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. The defense from Durham has been solid. You've seen opportunities on offense. Just have to convert. And Volts trying to do just that. Can't get a second touch through the midfield. This one coming back out to Sean, and Vitali. A light clear over the midfield line, and he gets a good fake. Vitali trying to work his magic. Gets by two, but Sean there to clear it away.
Oh, and Feenstra again gets the bump to open things up for Sean and gets turned away by Volts. The confidence is starting to show from USF.
I like those individual plays, especially coming up the wall like that. Every single player on USF have gone for one or two here, and this one coming off to Feenstra, but Volts, once again, he's been a hero. 5 saves for Durham.
Oh my.
Just from Volts alone. He has kept them in this game.
Oh, this is a good opportunity, but Vitali couldn't read the awkward bounce off the ceiling, and all three go for USF. Good opportunity here for Durham. Volts just needs to get it towards mid and can't get the touch.
Couldn't get it, but Wildfire is able to keep it alive. Vitali waiting in the corner. This one Volt's very anxious to go. He doesn't want to commit too fast and give up an easy transition goal, but he's got to flip into this one. Does get the boost. Looking for Wildfire back out. Does poke it by, but Vitali got demoed, and that will do it for Game 2. Just when you needed him the most, somehow South Florida knew it was going to happen, and they take out Vitali, and they take Game 2.
I love that. The big brain defensive demo coming through, taking out the last man back, because you get that ball over the second man, that's just going to dribble to the floor, and game over. USF still holding on here, still in control, but Durham is putting up a huge fight in this series.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, both these games could have gone the other direction, especially Game 1. But I mentioned it in Game 2 here for Durham. This was a much better game for them. They generated, I think, a lot more offense that felt a little bit more dangerous. And for USF, they pulled out a few new tricks here in this one. Opening up the demo game was certainly apparent here in Game 2. South Florida really liking to push players out of the way, or at least remove them from the equation on the Durham side when they're on offense. We saw the individual plays as well start to pay off for USF. So for Durham, they got to be paying attention. Head on a swivel out here. USF are coming.
Yeah, it's time to pull out the reverse sweep as well for Durham. Got to win 3 in a row here against a very tough USF squad. But I think it's going to start with endurance for Durham. They've played well for flashes and for sprints at moment's notice, but they need to be able to play for 5 minutes straight very consistently. And I want to see what they do at the beginning of the game. I want to see that aggression all the way through. That's a dangerous pass, my goodness.
South Florida already threatening Wildfire. And Durham trying to ramp up an attack of their own, but it's shut down by Sean, and quickly down the field he goes. A second touch from him as Banger gets up. Still dangerous for Durham here. They got to get it out, and Vitali does so through his own corner. But no boost. He'll have to give it up. Oh, Feenster wanted Volts there, but couldn't get him. Again, doesn't get the touch. Wildfire gets beat to that ball, and Vitali has to go back. Shot down directly in the middle of the net. Turned away by Volts.
Well, this is going to be an awkward ball. Durham's got the advantage, and good beat there by Vitali, but there's got to be a follow-up. Right now they're playing a little too spread out on offense. I get that they want to respect the long clears, but at least have your second man a little closer just in case it's a neutral 50-50.
Minute come and gone. This one is going to be high from USF. Feenster there to follow it up. It's weak. Vitali to turn away. Banger follows up. USF putting multiple shots on target. That's 4 here in the first minute and a half. Still Durham able to turn him away and keep the slate clean.
Oh, that's an awkward ball. A lot of boost used as well. Got to be able to manage that better, but he did go back, get that full boost pad. So they're going to be fine on defense, but the offense is where we want to see a lot of work from Durham, and double commits not going to help out in this situation.
Sean, got it off the post. Oh, the second touch goes wide. He had the open net. He beat the last man, but couldn't convert. We stay scoreless here. Wildfire trying to get it going for Durham. Good pass back to Feenster. USF trying to set something up. Feenster over one. Has Banger. Touchdown. It is on target, but it's weak. And Wildfire is able to take out one player. Still Feenster getting back to it just to keep it awkward here on the orange side. Feenster again has options. Lays it out to Sean. Tough challenge, but Sean still can't stay with it. This one, is it just going to pitch in? Banger puts it in himself. Credit to Wildfire, and Durham on the board first.
Why not? I mean, Feenster gets the challenge, but it just kills into the wall, and Wildfire's just driving straight into it. And Durham get a very much needed lucky break.
Half the game left to play. And a welcomed first goal here for Durham. Vitali. That shot off the back wall. So close. For USF, happy to see that one run out. As they transition onto offense. Sean. Wildfire picks it up for Durham. Now Vitali. That passes over Volt's head. Banger almost was able to snipe it, put it away. Here's Wildfire. Gets over to Banger there to clear it away.
Here's a good opportunity here for USF. 2 to go up. Banger
Whoa.
can't connect. And that was it. Opportunity thrown by the wayside. And with how stingy the defense has been from Durham, you're not going to get too many looks at an open net. You got to be able to hit those open targets.
Durham looking to get their first win here in the series. They're putting on good pressure on the South Florida side. Here's Wildfire into a challenge. Vitali, he can't get to it. Dangerous now for Durham as they've got to play a little bit of defense. Feenster wanted to play that one across, but no one there to answer. Now Banger gets by 2, picks up a little bit of boost, looking for options across the box. It's just going to go in. Sean's there on the far post, and USF tie it up.
Don't let Sean get on the goal line because he is going to finish every single ball that's there. Another good heads-up play by Sean.
Well. South Florida fighting back here in the final minute. See how they close it out, or does Durham stay alive in the series? A minute to play. And Wildfire has Vitali off the back wall. Need Volts, he was there. Feenster is able to clear it out. Feenster again, a back pass to Banger. Beautifully done, off the back wall. And it comes clean. Sean has a shot, and the missed touch off the back wall leads to a USF goal.
And it's all because of that pass downfield from Sean up to Feenster, and good heads-up play. All 3 players on the same page. Passes lead to open nets lead to goals lead to victory, and all they need to do now is hold on for 45 seconds.
Durham, coming up on 30 seconds left, and for USF, looking to hold on, like you said. These have been tense games for both teams. USF have been coming out on top. Durham, it's their time to shine here in the final 20 if they want to make it a longer series. Volts just throws it downfield. He gets 2 to go, but Banger gets a good clear. Here's Sean, South Florida keeping it on the Durham side. Volts, this could be the last chance. Gives it over to Vitali, but he couldn't get back to it. Feenster to clear it away. Wildfire, he doesn't have any boost. This one going to pitch down, and it will bounce on the ground. USF, in the end, it was a tough series, but a 3-0.
Now, when you say the series scoreline, you think, wow, they handled Durham. But when you look at it with a magnifying glass, Durham held their own all throughout this. We opened up the series with a 6-minute overtime, and every single game was within 1 point. Well played by Durham.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a tough series. You look at the scoreline, all 1-goal games. USF coming on top in all 3. And like you said, Durham, they are no easy team to beat. You know, like even looking at the scoreline, yeah, sure, the 3-0 might say something about USF, maybe the more consistent team over time. But for Durham, this was a close series and another series where they could look back and say, man, a couple of those goals could have gone the other way. This series could have been completely different, at least extended the series. They were that close and certainly on par with South Florida.
Well, right, and you got to go back to what Jorby was saying. When you watch this Durham team play, like they have the groundwork to be a really good team, and they've got the foundation and all the pieces that can match up to make a really good team. But it's just the little things like the hesitancy to go for a ball, and it just leads to an open ball at midfield and just giving your opponents too many opportunities and not taking the opportunities when they're presented to you.
And that will cost them the series here as USF take them down 3-0, but we've got many more matches here tonight on CRL. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back,